Hello students. Today in our biology session we will talk about the diseases caused by fungus. Before going to discuss the diseases caused by fungus, we have to discuss little bit about the fungi or fungus. So in the fungi kingdom, so many members are there. Among them, few are the mushrooms, toadstools, mildews, yeasts, molds. These all are the members of this fungi kingdom. Some fungi are unicellular like yeast, but most are multicellular. They have similarities to both plants and animals. Most of the fungi are non-green like animals. They can't make their own food, so they are heterotrophs like animals. And like plants, they have a cell wall. Fungi are found all around the world and grow in a wide range of habitats, including deserts. Most grow on land, they are terrestrial, but several species are there which live in aquatic habitats also. Most of the fungi live in either soil or dead matter. They are mainly saprophytes, means from the dead matter they absorb the organic matter, organic components for their nutrition. That's why they are known as saprotrophs or saprophytes. And many fungi are symbionts, means they are living in mutual relationship with other plants, animals, or other fungi. Fungi grow in most environments and over wide temperature ranges. Fungi also require high humidity of 50 to 70%. Actually, they prefer dark and moist places for their growth. Now first fungal disease we will discuss is ringworm. In the term ringworm, worm is there, but it is not a worm. It's a skin infection that is caused by mold like fungi that affects the dead tissues of your skin, hair and nails. You can get it in any of these places and on your scalp also. The organism can enter the body as spores through mouth, nose and skin. Now, how do you get the ringworm? Means the mode of transmission. Ringworm is a very contagious fungal infection, means it can be transmitted from one person to another person very fast. Caused by mold that live on the cells in the outer layer of your skin. Already I have told, in the dead cells of the body, in skin, nails, hair, like that. It can be spread in the following ways: first human to human, then animal to human, then object to human, and lastly soil to human. So first is human to human. Ringworm often spreads by direct skin to skin contact with an infected person, means if you touch any infected person's affected area, you can get the disease. Now, animal to human, you can contact ringworm or you can get the ringworm by touching an animal with ringworm, because ringworm can affect animals also. So after petting or grooming dogs or cats, you have to wash your hands very carefully. Otherwise, you can get the disease by touching the animals. Now, object to human, it's possible for ringworm to spread by contact with objects or surfaces that an infected person or animal has recently touched or rubbed against, such as clothing, towels, bedding or linens, combs and brushes. So this all are the indirect mode of transmission. Means if you will use the things, that is the things of the infected persons, you will get the disease. Now, soil to human, in rare cases, ringworm can be spread to humans by contact with infected soil. Infection would most likely occur only from prolonged contact with highly infected soil. Now, the symptoms. You can see the images of the symptoms. Mainly, ring-shaped area is affected. That's why it is known as ringworm, and the scales are forming, this white colored, you can see scaly skin. So signs and symptoms of ringworm may include a scaly ring shaped area that may appear as round ring like red patches on the skin, patches of hair loss or scaling on the scalp. Already I have told that it can affect your scalp also. Itching is very common, and blister-like lesions. So how can you prevent the ringworm? First of all, you have to keep your skin clean and dry, because fungal growth means favorable growth condition of the fungus is moist and warm. Wear shoes that allow air to circulate freely around your feet. Don't walk barefoot in areas like locker rooms or public showers, in any public places actually. Clip your fingernails or trim your fingernails and toenails short and keep them clean, because if your nails are untidy, through that also germs can enter in your body. Change your socks and underwear at least once a day. Next, fungal disease, that is athlete's foot. In the diagram only or image, you can see that this is the condition of the athlete's foot, that the infection in between the toes. Athlete's foot is a fungal infection that usually begins between the toes. It commonly occurs in people whose feet have become very sweaty while confined within tight-fitting shoes. So, I think you have understood why the disease name is athlete's foot, because you know that athletes are mainly wearing the shoes for a long time. For that, their feet have become very sweaty, and also their feet is confined within tight-fitting shoes for a long time. So for that sweat formation, the fungal disease is very common for them. So what is the mode of transmission? Athlete's foot is very contagious and can be spread through direct and indirect contact. First of all, directly it can be transmitted from the infected person to the healthy person by touching the infected area of the infected person. People can get the disease indirectly by coming into contact with contaminated items, means the items that is used by the infected person, like clothes, towels, or the surfaces such as bathroom, shower, or locker room floors if they walk barefooted. Now, what are the symptoms? Skin on the foot begins to peel and crack. You know that it's an infection in between the toes. So, in between the toes, the skin begins to crack and peel. Skin between the toes burn and itch. Burning sensation will be there and itching also. Small blisters are there on skin. Toenails change in color sometime. Bad odor of foot. Now, how to prevent? Same way like the ringworm, wash and dry your feet, especially between your toes, because athletes' foot are mainly confined in feet. Now, wear cotton socks and change your socks after sweating. Wear flip-flops to public pools and showers. The athlete's foot fungus can spread in damp places mainly. Now, how to treat? Some antifungal cream, powder or sprays are available which can cure the athlete's foot disease. By that, today we are ending the biology session. Bye and have a good day.